full screen. So let's see here. Okay, so the language that I'm working on is C#. That's the language that I'm doing. C# is a programming language that was created in the year 2000 by Danish programmer Anders Hillsberg. He used it for creating an application for or a language that would work with a lot of applications besides, in addition to the languages C and C++. So C# was originally named Pascal language. The symbol sharp is a kind of like an addition to the plus signs in C++, except that it adds one more plus to the mix. So this is kind of like combining C++ with C, and this is what you get. You get C#. So the sharp symbol is also a musical note indicating this highness or upperness of C#. So this is essentially what what the sharp means. So it just means that it's a higher level language. It's higher than C and it's higher than C++. So it's kind of like adding 1 plus 2 and you get C+++. Instead of the plus 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 you get C#. All right. So what do we have here? What is C# used for? C# is mainly used for programming the same things that Java and C++ programs do, namely the development of games and other general computer applications. So you can use it for games. You can use it for other applications like the applications that we're doing in class. You can do like finance applications. You can do just all kinds of applications that you can think of. It is also used for web-based applications. So things like XML will be compatible with this with C#. And let me see here. Yeah, this is not supposed to be here, but anyway, this is just my personal opinion, so I'll just leave it for later. What is needed for using C#? C# requires that you have any popular IDE, integrated development environment, that's what IDE means, to be used. So some of the popular IDEs that support C# are Sharp Develop, which is obviously just for C#, Visual Studio, which is a multitasking one. It uses many other languages, JetBrains, and many others. So some IDE programs like Visual Studio are completely free to download, while others cost a little bit of money like Xcode. They have to be paid for in order to be used. So you definitely want to go for the free ones because you don't want to buy a programming or an IDE to just use code to kind of like code for a hobby. So yeah, so I wouldn't recommend getting Xcode. I would recommend getting Visual Studio because it's the most compatible with C#. So and C# tutorial, Hello World. This is a link to a tutorial about how to program a Hello World application in C#. So let's just click on it and see where it takes us. It's going to take a little bit of time. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Let's close these. So there you go. This site is called MSDN, and it's I would guess it's a library for programming languages. So this is how you start off. I mean, basically, it's very similar to Java. It has the public class, public static void, and then you write write down your code starting from here. So and this is the output. You get hello world printed on the screen. Let's see here. There's example 2. Example 2 is kind of like the same thing, except you write something else. So instead of writing, for example, system console write line, you just say console write line and hello world. This is example 3, and this is a little bit more complicated. Let's see here. It says if you need access to the command like parameters passed into your application, simply change the signature of the main method to include them as shown below. This example counts and displays the command line arguments. So this one is a little bit more complicated. It just gives you more lines to work with instead of having the simple, having nothing in between over here. You'll just have all this stuff, just included. But the output that you're going to get is basically the same thing. So you're just going to get several letters, to for the output. So and there's example 4. Example 4 is the same thing basically. So you just you just write the same thing and you get the same output. So alright, let's see here. So let's go back to our slides. So where to find other sources for help? Let's see here, let's wait for it. In C#. So in addition to the MSDN website that I just showed you guys, you can use lynda.com, which is a great website for beginners in C#. I actually checked this website out when I was doing my research, and it turns out to be a great website for any beginner. So there are just these. So let's see here. So this is Lynda, but you can start free trial. You can, let's see here. Where's or you can just put C# and search for it. Yeah, I had a link earlier. No, it's not that one. Okay, it's this one over here. So you can start a free trial, and it basically teaches you how to work with C#. So you can start a free trial and just look at the videos, but you can also look at videos on YouTube and find out more about C#. You can also just put in Google. You can look up C# and you will get a bunch of results. So you can just put in C# tutorial and you get these results. So I obviously use this one. This is the MSDN. There is a tutorial content C station or C# station. So this is a good website as well. Slow. So yeah, this is these are the lessons, and you can look at them. Let's just look at lesson 1 for example. Okay, so this is it over here. So you start out with some basics, and you learn how to print a welcome to the screen, and yeah, so this is the beginner's lesson, and you have 23 other lessons or 22 other lessons. So I would guess this is a free website since it shows you how to program in